this is different. Hello there, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Week in Review, week of October 18th, 2015. As you all well know, Halloween is fast approaching, and to keep in the spirits of this most horrific of holidays, this week's episode is a special one. You'll notice from the dark lighting effects and the hollow voicing effect that this is going to be a bit darker than it usually is. Prepare yourselves for the darkness. Let us start with structures. The bronze medal goes to a map titled Spoopy Prison Map by Adept X3. And of course, Adept X3 deemed it necessary to spell spooky wrong. Spoopy, this Spoopy Prison Map. Your poor grammar skills disappoint me, Adept X3. Do try harder next time, otherwise you will weep for your soul and curse the very ground you stand upon. Do you understand? But this is a prison map. But unlike most prison maps, which are simple and formulaic and aren't creative in any way, this one is creative. It features a nice little castle which slightly resembles an insane asylum, like the one I just broke out of. Sorry, what was I saying? Oh yes, there are also some bats fluttering about. Obviously bats denote the classic Halloween theme. I see what you were going for there, Adept X3, very clever. And the architecture is fantastic. So good job, Adept X3, I was quite impressed with your handiwork. But know this, if you spell a word wrong in your title once more, death will come on swift wings for you. You have been warned. Moving on to the silver medal, which goes to a build titled Renaissance Manor by Builder Fan X. Looking at this from the exterior, you wouldn't imagine that this earned a medal this week. But it's more than just the exterior that motivated my choosing of this particular map. It's the interior. Yes, the interior is very, very elegant, filled with details and very creative lighting fixtures as well. I'm puzzled as to why Builder Fan X didn't enter into the Penthouse Suite contest some time ago. He probably would have done well. A missed opportunity there, to be sure, my good friend. Next time. I especially like the mantle above the fireplace. Very, very posh and elegant. The fireplace, fun fact, is where Builder Fan X disposed of the bones of that family he killed last... Sorry, what was I saying? Got a little bit off track. Don't listen to everything I just said is a lie. Or is it? You be the judge. But all in all, this is probably one of the most impressive, small-scale modern homes I've ever seen here on PMC. And the fountain out front is very, very nice as well. So good job, Builder Fan X. You've made your parents proud. Go celebrate in the streets. But don't engage in cannibalism, for that is, in most countries, against the law. Moving on to the gold medal. Before we get into it, I'd like to say that over the past year, I've seen many renditions of ships and ocean liners. Not one has ever taken gold for the structure category here on Week in Review. However, this week, that trend ends with French liner SS Normandie, a massive cruise ship made by Dimitri T.L. On the exterior, SS Normandie is pretty much what you'd expect. There's a lot of realism, the steam stacks are angled perfectly, and the tiny details here and there add up to something truly exceptional. However, SS Normandie is fundamentally different from other similar mega builds. I don't think there's anything that illustrates this more accurately than this cross-section of the ship itself. You see, this build elevates itself from the mishmash of its all-too-common and frequently hollow competition. The magic of interior work. Yes, this isn't a hollow, nothing build, born of laziness, like most of the other vessels I've seen. Dozens upon dozens of rooms and compartments, all accessible to one another through a series of staircases. This is what it costs to turn a hollow shell into a treasure trove of amazing decor, and the cost is high. Imagine the hours that went into this. And let me make something abundantly clear. These rooms were decorated using the default texture pack. I have a special level of respect that I reserve for people who take the time to make the default texture pack look good. It's an art that's all too often omitted and bypassed through the use of HD, user-made texture packs. It drives me mad. But today is a day like no other. Because even in default, the decor here looks damn impressive. It's not easy to do, but when it's done right, the results are limitless. This is top-notch interior work, and the diversity of shapes and forms created through a myriad of different materials creates a really special environment to explore. I'm going to go on record here and now and say that this is my favorite water-based structure of all time. It's not defined by fancy renders or texture packs, or lies, or facades, or constructions. It's defined by hard work and raw talent. Well done, Dimitri T.L. You win not only the gold medal, but you have also earned the key to immortality. Congratulations. May you enjoy the millennia to come, good sir. Let us move on to terraforming. Yes, terrains and landscapes and environments and whatnot. The bronze medal goes to a terrain titled The Maze by Keith Steve. And this is a maze unlike any other maze I've ever seen. First of all, I'd like to point out that the scale of this maze is insane. Don't download this map thinking that you're going to walk through it, because it is literally too big to do that. And part of the reason for that is to develop a wonderful texture on the ground to make it look like fresh dirt or gravel. It's beautiful. The swirling patterns, the trees, and all of the refined details. But this is what we come to expect from Key Steve. Any less, and he would be held accountable and punished accordingly. Keep up the good work, Key Steve, for your own sake. Moving on to the silver medal, which goes to a build titled Yet Another Snow Map by Space. Yes, this, I believe, at least, was intended to be some sort of satirical mockery of the myriad of snowy tundra maps that are uploaded on a weekly basis. You see, Space is tired of the repetition. Space desires newer, more nuanced, more creative maps. And so what Space did here was create a tundra map on another planet. You could see the alien-like organisms sprouting forth in wonderful helix formations. It is beautiful in an extraterrestrial way. The irony of this map is that though it was meant to be satire, to send a message, it is actually one of the best tundra maps I've ever seen. So good job, Space. You have elevated the category that you held contempt for before. You must be so proud. Moving on to the gold medal. And this week was really an exceptional week for terraforming. There were at least 5 maps that any other week could have probably won gold here on Week in Review. Sadly, as all of you well know, there can only be one. And the terraforming project this week is Desolate Plains, created by Legends of Valeros. You know that old biblical phrase, "Yea, though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I will fear no evil"? Well, I've never understood exactly what valley they were referring to. Now I realize that it was specifically referring to this project. Congrats, Legends of Valeros! You've recreated an ancient biblical parable, and therefore, by the power of God and all his heavenly angels, you win a free iPod. Unfortunately, you can only reclaim the iPod when the rapture occurs, so you're going to have to wait a bit. Sorry about that. But getting back to reality, this is a really scary terrain. It's comprised of jagged volcanic mountain ranges surrounding a valley of darkness and death. There's some lovely castles and other architecture sprinkled here and there. But I seriously doubt that property values are very high. If you're interested in living in this barren dust bowl, this would be a great time to buy a house in Desolate Plains. The ecosystem here in Desolate Plains is, well, actually, there is no ecosystem. The closest thing to living organisms you're going to find here are lava pools, and gnarled dead trees. I'd imagine that due to the sulfuric fumes and lack of vegetation, there's some heavy smog coverage from time to time, which adds new dimensions to the uninhabitability of this treacherous landscape. Actually, now, thinking about it, this probably isn't a good place to live, or even visit, for that matter. Stay away from Desolate Plains, everyone. I recommend Acapulco instead. What? Hurricane Patricia? God damn it! Never mind, just stay home. You'll probably be safe there. Unless, of course, you live in Rockford, Illinois. That's where dreams go to die. Jesus, we're 5 minutes in and I still haven't actually talked about the map. Alright, I'm going into overdrive to finish this off. Desolate Plains is a richly textured landscape with many diverse features, including custom trees, lava pools, architecture, custom arches, and ambitious terraforming. It's very creative and imparts a feeling of dread and despair upon the viewer. Great work, Legends of Valeros. Well done. And now, for the final category this week, we move on to organic work. The bronze medal goes to a build titled Raiden by Lindblumen. This is a monstrous organic figure that's chained to a wall, and is being used to create an army of genetically modified super soldiers. At least that's what I'm guessing. None can be sure exactly what's happening in this most disturbing of maps. It's left up to your imagination for the most part. But to be sure, it is highly disturbing, and full of rich detail, which is why you've gotten the bronze medal this week, Lindblumen. You must be so proud. Use it wisely. It can be redeemed at Subway for a free foot-long sandwich. Please enjoy. The silver medal this week goes to a map titled Keeper of Time, Sandman by Kevosaurus. Yes, Kevosaurus has reaped another medal for his collection. If he gets one more, he will undergo an apotheosis and become a demigod of the ages, and wipe out all life on Earth. Be warned! This is a map telling the story of the Sandman, a man who oversees the dreams of all. He also has the power over space and time. So he has two obligations to fulfill for the universe. He must be very busy, I imagine. But the organic figure in this map is spectacular, and the hourglasses, tilted at all angles, are fantastic as well. And there's even some lovely terraforming far below. So good job, Kevosaurus. As always, wonderful, wonderful work. And finally, the best organic work of the week was Athion Builder Showcase Kevosaurus, created by Athion Official. And by Athion Official, I of course mean Kevosaurus. Awkward. That's what you get for joining a build team, you fool. Now all your work belongs to them. Don't you feel silly now? I would recommend kicking down the doors of Athion Official, weapons blazing, and take the medal by force. Show no mercy! At least, that's what I'd do. Then again, I'm an unstable, slightly insane individual with no empathy and nothing to lose. So the circumstances are slightly different. Do it. Do it, Kevosaurus. This build, attributable to either Athion Official or Kevosaurus, depending on your mood and your politics, is very nice. It's a subterranean cavern located somewhere near the center of the earth. The sole occupants of this cavern are a woman, a dragon, and two scary humanoid figures cloaked in darkness. Clearly, these two are members of the Illuminati. Illuminati confirmed. I've blown the lid on this thing. Finally, all the questions are answered. But getting back to the build, though I can't deny that every single figure in the scene looks amazing in every way, I'm stumped as to what they're doing. Is the dragon circling the woman, preparing to devour her with its massive razor-lined jaws? Are the dark figures going to save the woman from certain death? Or maybe the woman is actually a powerful demigod and the dragon is her loyal pet, which would certainly explain why she seems calm and indifferent to the horrors going on around her. Do you see what I love about this map? The plot is ambiguous. Nobody knows what the hell is happening here. It's whatever you want it to be. If you want this to be an epic tale of the ages, it can be. If you want it to be further evidence of the Illuminati's secret, terrible grip on society, you can do that. Let your imagination run wild. Personally, I have to keep mine in check. Otherwise, this review might very well go off the rails. But all in all, these are some stellar organic figures, positioned in a clever way, which elicits a creative response from the audience. It's clear why Athion official decided to draw Kevosaurus into their web, at least until he kills them all and takes back his medal. There's an idea for your next project, Kevosaurus. You're quite welcome. And that concludes Week in Review, but there are a few badges to hand out. So prepare yourself. Mangy Fox and Dimitri TL both got the Mason badge, which means they are aspiring architects. Maybe someday they will be as good as Blockworks. Set your sights high, gentlemen. We're counting on you. Athion official got the Jack of all trades badge, as well as the on the roll badge. Well done, Athion official. Kevosaurus obtained the artist badge, and Key Steve obtained the mountain mover badge. Well done, gentlemen. That is it for this week's episode of Week in Review. I hope that you enjoyed, and I hope that you weren't too off-put by the darkness. I will see you fine folks again next week. Until then, enjoy your list of qualifiers. Goodbye.
Stop.